Hello, this is Adil Bantahar, an associate professor at the University of Delaware's English Language Institute and the School of Education, and you are listening to Arab Accelerated Excellence.
Welcome back to EdUp Accelerated Excellence, the podcast for the advancement of educational effectiveness and equity. And I'm your host, Jacob Easley II, PhD, PMP. And for this inspirational shorts, we're on location in Melbourne, Australia at the International Congress for School Effectiveness and Improvement 2025. For this episode, we also want to highlight the work of the new network for the Congress, which is the Culture, Race, and Intersectionality Network. And we have a guest today who has contributed to the 2025 Dialogic centering the work of the network. So would you introduce yourself to us?
Sure. Hello everyone, I'm Aashna Khurana. I'm originally from India, but I'm doing my PhD in Boston College. And I submitted my work on systems change efforts for inclusive education, lessons from effective school districts for ICSI Dialogic.
So systems change for school districts.
Yep.
Can you tell us what is the content of this work that you submitted to get folks a better understanding of how they might begin to think about systems change for leaders?
So when we talk about educational equity, social justice, or inclusion, we always look at the intersectionality. However, one of the important components is disabilities, which is often overlooked. So my work is focusing on educational equity for students with disabilities, which has remained a pressing concern throughout the school systems and all over the world as well. So, and as schools strive to enhance the placement of students with disabilities in inclusive general education settings, the integration of effective systems change efforts, they need to be coordinated and sustained in a way that students with disabilities can strive in the education systems amongst their peers who are non-disabled.
So thinking about systems change for students with disabilities, as you've noted, what can leaders do, or what can school districts and systems do?
So it's a very important question. I feel, so whatever research that I have done so far, I feel there are important ingredients to inclusion, one of which is to have an established unified vision and aligning that vision of the school with the policies at the state level, local level, district, as well as with the federal policies for inclusion of learners with disabilities. And this vision should not just be established by the top, like the people, administrators or the school leaders, but it should also include the community members, especially the family of learners with disabilities, so that the vision takes into account the needs and the strengths of the learners. Another important element for inclusion is to build the systemic capacity and infrastructure of the school, which would include interdepartmental collaborations. And it is important for teachers to understand that it is not the job of special educators to educate children with disabilities. They can be there for the support to facilitate their inclusion. However, general education teachers, subject area experts should also pitch in, and they all should work together in a collaborative fashion so that the instruction can become more inclusive for all the learners and benefit all the learners in the classrooms.
So inclusive education, particularly for students with disabilities, really is, when you say systems, it requires the work of policymakers, the work of school leaders or district leaders, as well as teachers and community members.
Absolutely.
How about the voices of students?
Oh, it's very, very important. So whenever we are making any decisions, it is important to include the learners, and even for the vision. This is why I said, like, including the parents who are aware of their of their children's needs, and then students should also be part of all the meetings that are being held for the benefit of students with disabilities. For example, IEPs, inclusive educational plans. So learners are an integral part of that team meeting as well, where all the stakeholders are coming together to improve the education or to provide better services to the learners. So student voice is definitely very, very important. And so one thing is the involvement of students and work and including them in the team meetings. Another thing is the planning for instruction. So here teachers when they are working in collaboration, so general education teachers, special educators, other paraprofessionals, it's important for them to, one, collaborate and plan for the instruction. Two, it is also very important to look at frameworks like Universal Design for Learning, and also adopt MTSS, which is the multi-tiered systems of support. So what Universal Design for Learning says is that it empowers learners and gives them the agency to take charge of their learning. And they have the voice there. They are the ones who are choosing the content, who also have voice in deciding how they want to learn and how they want to express their knowledge. So that is where the student voice is very, very important in day-to-day tasks.
So Aashna, we want to thank you for this. This is absolutely wonderful. And congratulations on your contribution to the ICSE Dialogic 2025. I'm going to place in the link in the show notes, a link so that folks can find your work. And if folks want to engage with you, how might they contact or engage with you?
They can contact. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to connect with the audience and share my work as well. If somebody wants to reach out to me, they can email me. My email address is Aashna, Aashna, .Khurana, Khurana, @bc.edu. Thank you so much.
Thank you for this opportunity to learn with and from you here at EdUp Accelerated Excellence.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for engaging with EdUp Accelerated Excellence, a member of the EdUp Experience Network of educational podcasts. You can find this and other episodes on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Radio. If you like this episode, don't forget to follow and share within your network. To leave a comment or suggest a guest, contact us online at edupxe.com.